everyone to Noah Gregson Land. Or as these two call it, Fast Picks.
Definitely
Yeah.
so.
And we're going to a racetrack that we haven't been to in 2 years. Well, we've never personally been there, but NASCAR hasn't been there in 2 years. Last time we were here, Alex Bowman got the win over Ryan Blaney. Pretty dominant win out of Alex Bowman. It was back and forth between Blaney that day.
I'm glad
And
Bowman
Bowman.
won.
And here's some past winners, just to give you some idea who you might want to pick. So you already know about Alex Bowman. Got Kyle Busch, Mark Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, and Kevin Harvick. So go get a different winner this year, or one of them's gonna win again.
So the main question is, how will the next gen perform, and who will it perform well for? Will it be the veterans that's got a lot of experience, or will it be the new guys that can just get into like these sports car type cars and just run with it? We saw in the Daytona 500 a lot of mechanical issues. Will that happen? Will the tire snap?
Can the tires, will the wheels stay together, stay on there? So.
Yeah, that were in my pick.
So, really, for the first couple of weeks, we don't know who to pick. We'll have somewhat of an idea, but Fontana is only closest to Michigan. Maybe could get an idea in terms of like maybe the 1.5 mile stuff, but really, it's only the 2 mile stuff that we can kind of maybe get an idea of how they're going to race and who's going to run well. So, let's talk about Xfinity.
Before we do that,
All
this week there's no truck race. But did anybody guess the truck winners last week?
Yes,
Me.
Emily and
Me.
Lily Pridgeon picked Zane Smith.
Take that,
You
Jordan
know-
Anderson.
You know,
Take that. I'm tired of finishing second.
Yeah, so I picked John Nemechek. He won both stages, but he didn't win the most important stage. So.
And I had Parker Kligerman for trucks.
Thank you for the push.
I hope Zane Smith. I wish we would have been selfish and tried to win ourselves, but that probably wasn't in the cards. But still, a very good race.
NASCAR tried to take it away from me, you know, with that first caution.
And now,
Yeah, so each week we're going to, if you pick the winner, we're going to shout out your name. So be sure to watch the whole video. So.
let's talk
Xfinity.
Xfinity.
The best
Xfinity.
series there
So,
is.
before we get into our Xfinity picks, let's talk about the winners.
I
of
finished
Xfinity. Beach Bum picked the winner of Austin Hill, which was a big surprise. Like, wow, somebody predicted Austin Hill gets his first Xfinity win. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I picked Daniel Hemmer. He won both stages in a wreck, just like John Hunter Nemechek. I was like, come on, what's going on here? So
I picked Josh Berry, who was pretty much non-existent in terms of winning.
He went asleep.
He was up there, but
He went sleeping.
I maybe shouldn't have picked him for a super speedway, but you know, it's a
anybody
chance.
can win here.
Anybody can win. And then Emily,
And I finished third.
Emily had Noah, of course, and she finished third.
See, this is why you pick the best drivers.
So
Which
now-
you did pick a good driver, and you did too.
It's just none of us got the win.
Right.
So now we'll make our lineup for California.
Well, I watched some of the drivers in the Daytona, and like some of them look pretty strong, but you really can't compare Daytona to Auto Club. But I was just trying to see who the new player is going to be. And I want to go with the number 2 car of Sheldon Creed. I think he's ran very well in the trucks. Former champ there. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to go ahead and get his first win here.
All right, Emily, why are you picking Noah Gregson? Why should everybody else pick Noah Gregson?
I picked Noah Gregson because he's a good driver.
All right, yeah.
Just speaking of Noah, he ran the Cup race.
He did good till
Got up in the top 10 until they wrecked him. So
till Harvick and all that happened. Till Larson ran into Harvick.
So I think it's a good job by Noah. He's trying to be a good racer.
He was gonna finish. He probably was gonna win it, you know. And then Kyle Larson was like, no. Wrecked him.
Let's see if he can get it done at the Auto Club.
And as for my pick, I'm looking at the Colleague stable, and
They're horses
they're
now?
horses.
Horses,
They got a lot of horses.
Of course.
They got a lot of horsepower. And even though they didn't run here last year, but I'm expecting AJ Allmendinger to run very well here and go ahead and knock that win. Check that win list off that he won in 2022.
Knock him off.
That's who I'm going with. I think Colleague has very powerful cars, and pretty much at Auto Club, the winner's going to have probably the most powerful car in terms of engine and.
But they got RC powered like Sheldon Green.
Okay. Apparently we think Chevy's
going to win here. So.
Well, Chevy is good, even though our uncle would say Ford's better, but I say Chevy's better.
And now, the Cup Series. Nobody predicted that Austin Cindric would win the Daytona 500.
Only him.
Other than Steve.
I told you. I was right. I just don't want to.
Okay, calm down.
I'm the only one in this group that didn't get a win in Daytona. So
Hey, I was going on a streak, and then...
I was too busy helping everybody.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
it's
Well-
very tough to get a win in the Cup Series, so I
My
just went ahead and got it off there.
my driver, he had tire issues.
I believe this is the first time that one of us predicted the Daytona 500, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, soon I lift that trophy above my head, but I'm not.
You see, he wins the Daytona 500, and he thinks he's so better.
That's because I am.
He's not. Thanks a lot, Cindric. Thanks a lot.
Wow, that gave him a big head for the
Yeah.
whole rest of the season. Wow.
Just like Ryan Blaney, you know? Big-headed.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. Your pick.
So yeah, so we really don't know how these new cars are going to be at the Auto Club, and
We don't
to
know.
see if they're going to last. But the Toyotas look pretty strong recently, and in some of the tests, and I believe Kyle Busch is going to get it done. He's won here before. He can do it again.
Right.
And I'm going to pick the one that won the last Auto Club race, Alex Bowman. Please keep your tires. Please.
Well, some pretty strong contenders there. Do you pick Larson here because he previous champion? He had some, good speed. I, however, am not. I'm just gonna
Just say his name out there.
See, I was thinking
his
about
name
picking
out
Larson too. I mean, he ran strong last year. I just don't know.
Kyle Busch, good pick as well. Bowman, it's a pick. That's a good pick. As for me, I'm gonna agree with Steve on the Toyota thing. I'm gonna say MTJ gets it done.
Oh, so you're just going to beat
So
Chevy?
right now we got all past winners.
Yeah.
So we don't think any new winners are going to be rising up here.
But who knows? Could see somebody that could get their first win. We got an abundance of rookie
And
drivers.
I want to sweep this weekend.
If Ford is still going to be the fastest, they've won the Clash, they won the duels, they won the 500. None of us picked a Ford. That's insane.
Yeah, I believe if Ford's going to do it, I believe it might be Brad Keselowski. I mean, he was very aggressive at Daytona, and yeah, he's turned up program already.
And if you want to pick a young gun, Chase Briscoe could get his first win here. Austin Cindric could go back to back. There's a pretty much pick whoever and see how it does.
You can just... Here's what you do. You put all their names in a hat and just pick one.
Yeah, I thought about picking Tyler Reddick, but I'm just not sure if his transmission or transaxle will last. I mean, he's had mechanical issues at the LA Coliseum. He's had mechanical issues. Well, I guess he got wrecked and other things too at Daytona. But I just
These cars like to break.
yeah.
There's still a lot of bugs that these cars have to go through, and they will adjust them. But once they get them all adjusted, it should be pretty solid race cars.
I do gotta say, when they turn over, man, it seemed like they're pretty strong cars. Like Harrison Burton found out, and he ended the race, but he
didn't want to find out, but he found out.
he found out. So
yeah, I think this will be an interesting race. This is either going to be one of those where somebody takes off and we fall asleep for a couple hours, we wake up and they won.
that's pretty much how the Auto Club is. One person just runs away with it.
But I think maybe this next gen car could, mix things up a little bit, and we could see some closer racing with the rear diffusers. And
yeah, because before they get the dirty air, they couldn't really get around the other car. We'll see if they're going to do any kind of passing. If they can get a little closer racing and be more competitive.
Oh, and if you're thinking about picking the 16 car, Daniel Hemrick's in it.
yeah,
It's not a bad pick, though.
not a bad pick. Pretty solid cars, like I said before.
Yeah, the stable.
The
He
stable.
just got to get through inspections, so he ain't got to start, in the back.
Yeah. But that was our picks. Now it's time for you to let us know your picks in the comments below. One driver for both the Xfinity and Cup. So
If you're new here, pick a team.
either the Pit Road Pirates, the Lucky Dogs, or the Racing Aces. Let us know what team you're going to be a part of in the comments below, along with your winning picks.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification.
And the like button while you're at it.
Hit all of them.
Except, well, doesn't matter.
There's no dislike button anymore.
Bucket?
Bucket.
There's a dislike button. Bucket.
Bucket. Somebody that kicked that off. Yeah, hit all the buttons.
So yeah, let us know your picks in the comments below, and we will see you back here next week to review how we all did.
Hopefully I swept.
Hope you
I want to.
Hope you enjoyed the races this weekend, and we will see you next time on Side Draft.